to ask, before we conclude this panel, I want to go back to Your Excellency Bandar and Your Excellency Dr. Abdallah, and ask you to summarize for the audience a quick conclusion of what you think is the most important priority for you now in that challenge to move from legacy to a more modern agility, or if you'd like, the most important message that you want to share for everybody to learn from or reflect upon. So starting with you, Your Excellency.
Thank you. I think the message is clear. These challenges are common, and I agree with the comment before that they are very common, and the solutions more or less they are the same. What we are all in agreement on is that human capital is key, and therefore, if we want to look at any country's efforts to modernize its system, we need to see how they are tackling the human capital situation, how they are also tackling the environment from a regulatory point of view that is also friendly and accommodating, and also that the private sector is incentivized in the right manner to ensure that they do not become a burden, but rather become the movers and the shakers of how that economy will move. And alhamdulillah, our country is moving in the right direction. We are tackling all of these three elements in a way that we have not seen before, and I owe it all to having a unified vision that is clear, that the whole of the government, the private sector, the society is believing in and working day in, day out to ensure that we are all aligned.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Excellency.
I think the most important thing is for the government leaders to change their thinking and think like a digital corporate leaders, meaning that they should focus on agility, modularity, and also to nurture data and AI as a national asset, and also to focus on the human capital. By agility, we mean to adopt agile approach that can provide multiple cycles. Each cycle ends with a product, with impact. And it allows you to fix the, let's say, for example, the data quality issues in the previous cycle, and also expand the scope every time you go ahead with the application development. And let's take, for example, Tawakkalna. We wouldn't have been able to finish Tawakkalna within 3 weeks since the start of the pandemic if we didn't follow the agile approach. First, we started Tawakkalna as COVID-19 app, and we kept adding more and more services to Tawakkalna until now we reached 244 services, national services for Tawakkalna. And also, we have 500 million transactions per day in Tawakkalna. Now, the number of active users exceeded 27 million active users. If we didn't follow the agile approach, we didn't reach to this high number of services and users. Second is the modularity, is to decouple the interconnectivity or to decouple the subsystems in order to enable high reusability of those pieces of software. Third is that we have to nurture data and AI as a national asset. At the beginning, we needed to have all data hosted in one single data center. For that reason, we established the G Cloud, or the government cloud. Then we needed to have all the data collected and kept in one central national repository, and then we built the national data bank. And now the need has come to come up with insights in order to help and to support the decision makers to take informed decisions. And we developed a decision-making platform. We called it Istishraf, in order to get benefit of this big data stored in the national data bank. And last but not least, as I said before, the human capital is the most important factor and unfortunately is the most ignored factors by most of the governments. So in Sadaya, we organized short boot camps for the upskilling and reskilling of the fresh university graduates. Tomorrow, we will celebrate the graduation of 3 batches out of the data science and AI boot camp we organized a few months ago. We will just celebrate the graduation here. And also one very important factor, a few years ago, we didn't have the female workforce within Sadaya. Now, we exceeded 900 female workers in Sadaya, and they are excellent in data analytics, in AI engineering, and so on and so forth. In a nutshell, I can summarize this. First, to focus on agility, to adopt agile methodology at all levels, the infrastructure, the software development, and even at the business level. Second is to be impact-oriented, and this is served by the agile approach, to have a quick win at end of each cycle. Third is to focus on the reusability using the modular approach. You can have reusable microservices. Fourth, we need to liberate data from being siloed within just one single application and make it reusable. And fifth, we need also to adopt scalable infrastructure. For that reason, we need to think about the government cloud. And a good news, Sadaya soon will launch, let's say, a mobile app that will allow users to have a single sign-on in order to be able to access governmental and private sector e-services easily and securely. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was excellent, excellent. I couldn't have concluded better than this, Your Excellency. Thank you. Let me leave Ambassador Nelly with her few conclusion thoughts.
Thank you. I would like to remind us only one thing, and this is whom we are doing it for, and this is the people. And it was brought out before that we have to make sure that we all have the necessary skills. But there is another aspect also. We also have to make sure that people actually really need these services and applications and everything else that we are providing them. And the third, I would like to reinforce one idea that I heard here today at the panel, and this relates to how to combine technology and the human being, but rather how to combine the traditional side of human being with the modern side of a human being. Because people are often a lot more traditional than they think they are. And it is not an easy task for governments to break that barrier that people often have. And this takes time, persistence, sustainability, and but it is also clear that at this point we cannot stop in this journey. And I am wishing all of us, to Saudi and Estonia, the persistence to continue and reach these big aims. Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you so much.